welcome back to Peaks 47 for this super quick little video. So I've got a bit of an idea with this Pro Grass Box. I'm not really sure if it's going to work, but I'm going to have a go anyway. But first of all, if you haven't seen one of these, just show you what they're made of. So a bit of sea foam on there. And I'm going to just spray some static grass applicator on that. Just a nice wet coat evenly. And then with the positive clip on the branch, if this is going to work, when we turn it on, all this static grass should take off and be attracted to the clip with the sea foam on the end of it. So here goes. So I've got a 4mm autumn on here, and as you can see, it's already trying to get to it. The idea is just to turn it round and it'll pick it up. So we just add a little bit more on. I'm actually trying to have a go at making a little gauze bush here, just for a bit of a change. So ideally 4mm is probably a little bit too much, but just to give you an idea of what it's made of, because it's what I've got at hand, this is what I'm going to go with. So I'll whack it back on again. I'll have another go. So you only see it taking off and attracting to the sea foam. Just turn it round gently. And as you can see, that's on their retreat. So I'm going to try a little bit of dead now. So I'm going to give it another coat of the glue. And then I'm going to try some 4mm dead to try and give me that gauze bush sort of look. I probably don't want too much of this. We'll see how it goes. I am making this up as I go along. I haven't got much experience with this box at all, but as you can see, it's pretty easy to use. I'm just going to twirl it round, try and tone down that autumn green a bit. There we go, that's a little bit more like it now. So that's looking quite prickly, like a gauze bush. And then to finish off, and put a bit more layering spray on it. And then I've got these yellow flowers. I'm just going to sprinkle these over the top a bit. Some flowers, like the gorse flowers on there. Probably need a little bit more than that, but I think that is perhaps coming together. I haven't got any gorse bushes on Peaks 47 at the minute, and with it being in the Peak District, well, it's a bit of a crime really. Well, actually, I think with a bit of practice, that could be quite convincing as a gorse bush. So I think that's what I'm going to be using this machine for. But, just excuse me, what I wanted to do with this machine, as a bit of an idea, is try and add fur coats to livestock, believe it or not. So I've got myself a Friesian bull. I've just put a bit of a ground coat on underneath. I'm going to use some basing glue, and I'm going to put some basing glue where I want the static grass to land on it. 1mm static grass, as if I'm giving it a fur coat, and then my plan on airbrushing or brush painting it once it's dry. And I'm wondering, is it going to give it a coat? So I'm not going to go over the face. I'm just going to go sort of on the main body and just see if it takes to it. And obviously I'm going to have to leave it dry and then paint it before I get an idea. So it's going to look quite bizarre to begin with, but bear with me and let's see if we can replicate a fur coat on livestock. So I'm going to clip the leg like so. I'm going to use a 1mm because I think anything bigger than 1mm for the fur coat will be too much. So 1mm in 00 scale will be 3 inches, so it's certainly going to be Highland cattle sort of coat, but that would probably be the sort of breed that I'll be thinking about. I just want to make sure I haven't really got any clumps in this, because I don't want big clumps going on. I want to try and get an even coat on, and I don't think this is going to be easy. Or perhaps I'll just spread it round a little bit. Right, let's have a go then before the basing glue dries. As you can see, it takes off so quickly. And this is going to be the tricky bit, is just trying to get it on evenly. And if you look at that, can you imagine that now, painted the right colours? I think that might work. Right, so I've left that dry. I've put some layering spray over it, warmed it up with a hairdryer. I've left it about 10 minutes. I'm using a Vallejo light rust colour. It's about the closest thing I've got at hand, just to give me an idea. The only problem I've got is the regulator I've got on this airbrush is for my paint gun. So if you don't know, that's what I do for a living. I spray cars, so it's quite a beefed up regulator, so I'm struggling to get such low pressure. So I'm concerned that it's going to actually blow the grass off, but we'll have a go. Or blow the cow over, rather. So there we go, it has taken. Just paint up its snout and its horns. A little bit patchy on this back end. I think with a little bit of practice, or if one of you guys have a go, you might be able to make a better job. But I think even at a distance anyway, on the layout, that might work. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not sure, it might be better on maybe O-gauge livestock perhaps, with a 2mm. But I just thought I'd have a go and try doing something a little bit different with it. So there he is on the layout. Just painted the horns and the snout a little bit, just to break it up a little bit. It's certainly a bit of a shaggy coat, but then I suppose Highland cattle did have coats like that. So again, let me know what you think. I think with a little bit of practice and maybe a little bit more patience, perhaps leave the static grass a lot longer, maybe overnight before you get the airbrush on it. I think that could potentially work just as a bit of fun and something to do. Cheers.